You can drop $200 on a set of portal axles, bolt them to your crawler, and watch it climb worse than it did stock. The hobby is packed with upgrades exactly like that, parts that sound like more and quietly steal the line out from under you. So here are the 5 crawler buys robbing you blind, and the 5 worth every cent. And by the end, you will call it by the spec, not the price tag. One idea runs this whole video, and it is not about the badge. A crawler does not climb with power, it climbs with grip and balance. Grip is a soft tire on a foam stiff enough to hold its shape. Balance is weight sitting low and forward so the truck does not loop over backward. Add a servo and an ESC that creep instead of lurch, and that is the whole game. Almost nothing in the catalog touches grip or balance, and plenty of it makes them worse. One thing up front, since every rig here runs a LiPo, never leave a pack charging alone and never run it dead flat. More on that at the end. Number 5, the anodized aluminum and the scale bling. This is the easiest money the aisle makes. The shiny links, the knuckle covers, the roof rack, the tiny shovels, the fake winch that does not even spin. On a crawler, you are creeping, not crashing, so strength is rarely what failed. That metal mostly adds weight, and weight up high raises your center of gravity and tips you over backward on the exact climb you wanted. It looks incredible on the shelf. It does nothing on the rock. Buy it because you love the look after the rig already climbs, and keep the heavy stuff off the roof. Here is your tell for the whole shelf. If a parts only pitch is how it looks, it is jewelry not climbing. The next one fools people who should know better because it actually does something on paper. Number 4, bedlock wheels and the licensed body, both sold to you as upgrades. Nobody tells you the quiet part though. On a full-size truck, a beadlock bolts the tire bead down so it cannot pop off when you air the tire down. Your RTR crawler has no air in the tire, it runs foam. So that beadlock is not holding grip, it is just letting you swap foams without gluing the tire on. That is convenience and scale looks, not 1 degree more climb. A bolt-together wheel costs more because it has more parts, not because it crawls. Same trick with the pre-painted licensed body. It carries a real premium, it weighs more, and it sits up high, making you tippier. A cheap glued wheel and a plain light body walk the same line. Pay for the bead bolts if you love changing foams, never because you think they grip. Number 3, fool smart people, the cheap brushless upgrade. The hop-up crowd swears brushless is always more, so a $30 sensorless combo goes in to replace the stock brushed motor. Watch what happens at a dead creep. A sensorless motor cannot tell where the rotor is sitting, so it cogs and hitches, lurching forward when you want it a millimeter. You pulled out a smooth brushed 540 and bolted in a jerky one. The number on the box went up and the climbing went down. Brushless can absolutely be the right call, but only censored and only low kV. We will get to the exact ones in a minute. The word that matters for crawling is censored, not the headline wattage. Number 2 is the one from the top, portal axles. They look like the serious move, and they do real things, which is what makes them dangerous to your wallet. A portal adds a gear set out at the wheel, roughly a 2.3 to 1 reduction, which lifts the axle for ground clearance and multiplies torque. Now the catch the spec sheet hides. Those gearboxes hang weight at the corners and lift the whole truck, so your center of gravity goes up, the one thing you fight on a steep line. They add a second set of gears that can strip on a hard pull, and the reduction slows your wheels, so now you need a hotter motor to get the speed back. On a hardcore scale build that has to have the clearance, sure. On a normal trail rig chasing climbs, you just paid $200 to raise your center of gravity, run straight axles and put that money in rubber. Quick one before the biggest robbery. If your rig slides off lines or tips over backward, drop the truck and the tires it is wearing down in the comments, and I will tell you whether it is the tires, the weight, or the setup. Now the big one. Number 1, the biggest robbery of all, anything bought before your tires, your foams, and your weight. This is the mechanism almost nobody explains. Grip comes from a soft tire that wraps the rock, and that soft tire only works if the foam under it holds its shape. Most stock foams are too soft, so the second you load that tire on a steep face, it folds over, the tread peels off the rock, and you slide right back down. New rig, new links, new motor, none of it matters while the tire is folding under itself. Sort the rubber, the foam, and the weight first. Everything else is decoration until you do, which is exactly where the worth it list starts. Start with the foundation, a real hobby-grade RTR from a brand with parts on the shelf. This is the line that decides everything, hobby grade versus toy grade, because hobby grade comes apart and every gear has a part number you can order. In 10th scale, the two standards are the Axial SCX-10-3 around $300 to $500 and the Traxxas TRX-4 around $330 to $550. The Element Enduro is the quiet one, a strong transmission right out of the box. Quick map so the badge stops fooling you. Axial and Element are both Horizon Hobby. Traxxas runs its own shop down in McKinney, Texas. The premium aluminum names like Vanquish and the motor builders at Holmes Hobbies are independent. What you are really buying from any of them is parts support, and that is what keeps a rig alive for years instead of dying in a drawer. Do not sleep on the micro crawler because it is the smartest, cheap way into the hobby there is. The Axial SCX-24 is 24th scale, real solid axles, oil-filled shocks, battery and charger in the box, around $140, and it will crawl across your living room floor. One myth to kill right now. That 2-speed transmission people brag about is an aftermarket upgrade. It did not ship that way, so do not overpay for a used one thinking it is stock. Want to step up? The Traxxas TRX-4M is 18th scale, genuinely waterproof with a 45-degree steering angle, around 175 to 180. For a lot of people, that little rig is the only crawler they ever actually need. Now, the cheapest buy that changes the most, tires and foams. A soft, sticky compound wraps the rock that a hard stock tire just skates off of. The one most people land on is the Proline, said Proline, Hyrax, said Hyrax, 1.9 inch in the G8 compound, around $29 a pair, and owners watch it outclimb built rigs wearing harder rubber. Step up to the Predator compound if you are chasing comp grip. Then pair it with a dual stage foam, firm in the middle, soft on the outside so the tire conforms to the rock without collapsing. 1.9 inch is the standard trail size, so most rigs take it without a thought. If you buy one upgrade this whole year, buy this one. For power and control that actually fit crawling, go censored and pair it with a strong servo. Forget the top speed numbers. For trail, you want low KV, somewhere around 1800 kV on a 2S pack, and you want it censored so it creeps clean instead of cogging. The Holmes Hobbies Puller Pro 5.2 is waterproof, censored, and built for just this, around $55 to $65. The Hobby Wing Quick Run 540 is the value pick, around $45 to $65. Then add a high torque waterproof servo from Savox or Hobby Wing, because slow speed steering is half of crawling and the stock servo is usually too weak to hold a wheel against a rock. Strong, smooth, sealed up against the water, that is the combo that creeps a clean line. And the crown jewel of cheap tuning, brass, mounted low and forward. This is the metal that actually earns its place, the opposite of the bling back at number 5. Bolt on brass knuckles, a brass diff cover, some weight on the axles, and bias it about 60-40 toward the front. You drop the center of gravity right down where it stops the backward tip, and you load the front tires for the climb. It is a part and a weight in one piece. Proline's RockTech system locks around 108 grams per wheel at the very bottom of the tire, the lowest place you can carry weight. Low weight climbs, high bling tips, spend on the brass and skip the shiny links forever. So whatever you run, carry this. A crawler climbs on grip and balance, not on the badge or the number on the box. Check the tire, check the foam, get the weight low and forward, and set your power to a clean, slow creep instead of a top speed. That is the whole secret, and most of it is cheap. One last thing, because all of this runs on lithium polymer, charge it on a balanced charger, never walk away from a pack that is charging, and keep it in a lithium polymer bag. Never run it dead flat past the cutoff. and park it at storage voltage around 3.8 volts per cell when it is going to sit. The day a pack puffs up, it is done, you retire it. Tell me down in the comments what you crawl and what tires you run and which line keeps beating you. I read them. So next weekend, bolt on the soft tires, drop the brass down low, and point it at the rock that has been beating you all season. Watch it walk straight up like that rock was never there.